Hello, everybody. It is Andy Smith, your host with the most and 33-year veteran of the comic book industry, with this week's book look. Creating characters with personality, Tom Bancroft. Introduction by the famous Glenn Keane. Tom Bancroft, let's see, little bio back here about Tom's a friend of mine. Give him a little love with the bio. Animation veteran Tom Bancroft worked at Walt Disney Feature Animation in Florida for 12 years, animating such films as Rescuers Down Under, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, Aladdin, Pocahontas, Mulan, Tarzan, Atlantis, and Brother Bear. With artistic partner Rob Corley, he founded Funny Pages Productions, specializing in children's books, character designs, animation, video game development, and comic books for Disney, Fisher-Price, Big Idea Productions, EMI, CMG Records, DC Comics, Hasbro, Tommy Nelson, Scholastic, and other clients. Tom also publishes his creator-owned comic, Opposite Forces, along with comics by other talented creators. Opposite Forces was nominated for a Reuben Category Award in 2005. By the way, I have Opposite Forces. There's only a few issues of it out. Probably not too hard to find. They're really funny, so I can recommend those. Tom's a great guy. I remember meeting him when he was working at Disney. Got to see his setup and stuff where the magic happens. And he's a hell of a character designer. Love it. God, I love Tom's stuff. I can't get enough of it. Great cartoonist. Even if you draw realistic type stuff, getting this type of animation movement into your still drawings is a must. Book came out in 2006. Acquisitions editor, Jacqueline Cheng, who was my editor. We just call her Jackie. She's not with the company anymore. Glenn Keane, the Glenn Keane, famous in animation, famous for Tarzan, the movie Disney put out. Check it out. So here we go. A little preface by Tom. Learning through sweat. Looks like there's some assignments in here. Creator profiles. He's got other people kind of helping out. Chapter 1, what does a character designer do all day? So he breaks down what they do and such, probably the descriptions they get, having to knock out different character roughs, things like that. Where to begin with your character design, imagining characters, this or that. Oh, God, I love this. I was lucky enough. I have a drawing of First Man by Tom Bancroft. I'll have to see if I can find it. Character hierarchy, iconic, simple, broad, comedy relief. I'm trying to remember. I remember watching a video tutorial by Tom. Might be able to find it on YouTube. I'm trying to remember where I saw it. Love this. It says realistic. I think that goes to, let's see, the highest level on the realism scale, just short of photorealism, but still at the same caricature in the design. Strong effects, film monsters, comic book characters, and some computer graphics animated film fall into it. So, and here's your first assignment. Cast the characters, make up. He gives you a description to go from, and I think film synopsis. So this is basically what they get. The film synopsis, and then the cast of characters. And then he goes through and gives his thoughts on some of these characters. Butch Hartman is the guy that did these. This is where the guest artists come in, creator and executive producer on The Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom. And you can see that. I remember those shows from when my daughter was young. Let's start designing characters. Dun, dun, dun. The meat, potatoes, and veggies of character design. Shape, shape, shape. Shape and silhouette. Now, in comic books like I do, the more realistic type stuff, a lot of us, if you do a silhouette of Superman and a silhouette of Batman, the only way you're going to tell the difference is by the pointy ears and stuff. But their bodies, a lot of comic book artists unless it's a really, really huge guy like the Hulk, their main male heroic figure are all pretty much about the same. But if you can bring this type of stuff to your work, it does really kind of enhance it. I love this. This is great. Study this, these basics. I love this, seeing the forms, solid shapes and such, and how they work with Tom. I love Tom's like superhero cartoon anatomy. Great squash and stretch type stuff here. Shape symbolism, that's right. Different shapes mean different things within the symbols. Circles, for instance, evoke appealing good characters and are typically used to connote cute, cuddly, friendly types. Squares are more strong, foundational. Triangles can relate more to bad and evil and such. And of course, experiment. Size of the different shapes that you put together. Oh, love that. Assignment 2. And then, let's see, that's, okay, page 40. So this is working on assignment 2. Variance, contrast and line, straight lines juxtaposed against curves. This is like right out of Bern Hogarth, believe it or not. Aspect of the form. And George Bridgman, same with all this stuff. This is just simplified to the extreme. Begin with the basic shapes, as said. Blah, better, best, you know, playing around with the different things, different shapes. Just love this. This is, you know, if you look at Terry Dotson's work is very, very simple, very economy of line, and that just really helps and works. And Terry's stuff has a lot of nice motion to it, and an animated type feel. Jack Davis, his take on Dylan, the main cowboy, Jack Davis, who's no longer with us, but had over almost a 60-year career working in horror comics, war comics, before doing more humor stuff for Mad Magazine, creating appealing character drawings. Start with a circle again? What? That's right. It's one of the best shapes to start with. Turning your character into 3D. Line them up, line them up. And this is where we do. Even for realistic stuff in comics, character design, it's good to do a lineup. Turnarounds of the heads. And then pushing your design. So let's say that's your first sketch. Okay, you've got that. Maybe try different things, and you can see until you land on one that really works. Of course, costuming is the main part. That cracks me up. All those people are just great. Bill Amen, creator, writer, artist, Foxtrot. His take on Dylan. This is kind of like in my book where Drawing Dynamic Comics, where I had different artists draw First Man. So you could see these different artists' takes on the same character. Drawing beautiful women. This is a good chapter. This is more realistic for Tom. I mean, you know, still a little cartoony compared to my stuff, but I see what he's doing here. And then, of course, this is a lot more cartoony here. And then, of course, drawing the pretty faces, even with a jaw like that. Curves and rhythm, tilts, things like that. I said tilts, T-I-L-T-S, not what you're thinking. Faces and eyes, very nice here. Lining the eyes up and such. Very cute there. Assignment number 4. Let's design the female lead. And Mark Henn took his shot at drawing Dylan. He's a supervising animator, or he was. I mean, this book came out in 2006. And it gives each of the guest artists their thoughts and stuff. Hey, boo-boo. Actually, that looks more like boo-boo. But four-legged, drawing animals. Now, this definitely is a lot more realistic for a lion. And then, you know, Lion King looking type. And then just exaggerating it even more. I mean, so many different ways to draw this raccoon. Just great. Realistic dog, cartoon dog. Real bird, cartoon bird. It's great stuff here. Definitely more of a realistic horse. More of a cartoony horse. You know, and you can see the difference and stuff, and then exaggerating it more and more. This is by Peter DeSeve, illustrator, character designer, The New Yorker magazine, Disney, Pixar, and others. Really cool. Little Jack Davis in here. Really nice. Love the gesture of the horse leaning over onto him and such. That's just great. And for every artist, you get their profile and then, of course, their thoughts, like I mentioned before. Look your age, aging characters. Even for comic book stuff like I do, I would stick to proportions like this for a baby. I wouldn't do the eyes, of course, that big. It wouldn't look right with the way I draw, but these overall proportions can work, and same with like the hands and feet. Teens. And of course, getting into adults and such. God, it's one of my favorite books. Older people through the ages, seeing the character through the ages. Great lineup here. And assignment 6. Chapter 7, Monster Creatures and Personalities. Very cool seeing different creatures. So that's kind of basically a basic skeleton. Works great. But then you see how you can exaggerate it to make it into a different type of creature. Mixing characters, a wasp with some other type of body and so on and so forth. So just playing around with different, you know, putting different creatures together. A crab, a chihuahua. That's hilarious. Give them a hand. Different types of hands and stuff. Of course, cyborg. Everybody's got to have a zombie in there. Love seeing this, exploring design. That is kind of boring. That's your average ape. Then you can play with the different body shapes here. So if you're doing in Tarzan a gaggle of gorillas and apes, you can play with the body shapes to get the same type of cross and have different body shapes in the tribe. Miscellaneous and fun stuff. And J. Scott Campbell, comic book artist extraordinaire, his thoughts on Dylan. I really am glad that he had somebody like J. Scott Campbell in the book. I think it would have been cool to have somebody more realistic in the book as well. You know, like not me per se, but somebody like my style, you know, Graham, Aaron Lopresti, you know, Bart Sears, Ethan, somebody more realistic in comics just to show theirs as well. That's funny. I like that body posture and stuff. Grouping or creating the cast. Oh, well. So here we go. I think we're going to be seeing Tom's designs through here as he puts the cast together and he explains different things about them. You get the initial lineup here. Going to extremes. So just pushing it more. putting it all together. Pose, color, and style. I mean, that's nice for a model sheet, but there's no personality to it. Of course, that gives personality. Same thing here. This is fine for a model sheet. This can definitely apply to even the way I draw, more realistic. Just not as exaggerated as much, but you can definitely do that. All these rules apply across platforms. Oh man, I love that. That's great. Hero colors. I'm thinking, let's see, we liked some of version 1, but we thought that Dylan was way too dark to look like a good guy. So you give him a blue shirt, lightens things up, and now you have more of a good guy type feel. We'll do something like that. And of course, even talking about, ooh, skipping a page. Can't do that. Can't shortchange you guys. The colors for the heroine and why they work or don't. Same for the villain. Ruthie, carrots. I mean, you know, a black horse would look evil. White horse or brown work for this. And then the final character lineup right there. And then style. So he does a little bit about style. You know, Tom doing his comic book type style, more rendered and such. TV or web animation is a lot simpler. Feature animation. See what I'm saying? You look at this, you know, you cover that face. That's very Terry Dotson in the line quality and such. CG animation, video games, manga, comic strips. And the Afterword by Tom. So guys, there you have it. Creating characters with personality, Tom Bancroft. Hope you enjoyed this book look. Please like, subscribe, and share my channel around, guys. The more people that view the channel and stuff, the better it is for the algorithm. Leave a comment. Please leave comments. They help as well, from what I'm told by the YouTube gods. And this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, we will be launching, Dennis and I, and hopefully some other friends, Kor-Drath, The Awakening, the next chapter in the Kor-Drath saga. You're definitely going to want to be there to join us for that. It's going to be fun. We've got some great stuff in store for you guys. There's a trailer, not the official trailer, but a short little tease trailer at the end of this. Go sign up. When you sign up and back the book, you'll get front of the line shipping and a free Adriana trading card to go along with the Lilith card from the first campaign. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, everybody.
All right, partner. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. Throw your hands up. Throw your hands up. Throw your hands up.